Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something in the show or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on the show, drop them in those comments below or hit any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. But we got a juicy show for you guys today. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host. He's not missing anymore, and he goes by the name of Mr. Stephen Rubain. Boom, back in the
Man, it is great to be back.
How you
Back
doing,
on the
sir?
scene. So I'm excited. Well, some of the college basketball season's over, but,
Oh man, hate
but
to
we
see
can
it
put
go.
all our focus on pro, which,
Yes,
we love the
sir.
pro game. But before we do that, real quick, I do got to give one blow the whistle.
Uh-oh.
We got to give a blow the whistle before we let go of the college basketball season.
Who did it?
Gino Auriemma, college basketball coach for the women's Connecticut basketball team. Now, before I get started, I will give him credit. Last night, he did come out and apologize for his actions.
Oh.
So I'm going to give him a little lighter than I was going to light up into him.
He apologized, Steve.
He did apologize. I'm gonna give him. He still need the whistle, but I'm gonna be lighter on him because he should know better. This is a man who, in all sports, one of the greatest coaches of all time. 25 Final Fours, 12 national championships. The man has done it all, and
Yes,
so
sir.
he should know how to handle himself better in a loss.
Hey, those emotions, man. Those emotions run wild. And this is what I try to tell people when people are playing for those big championships, when it looks funny, when emotions are involved and adrenaline's running, it'll make you either perform super or it'll make you mess up super also.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though. 25 Final Fours and 12 championships. That means you went to the Final Four 13 times and lost. So you know what it takes to win, and you know what it takes to lose.
Yes.
And so you as a coach, you always got to exhibit pristine moral and professionalism.
Yeah.
And he let's just start how it began.
Right.
So before the game starts, the coaches are out there doing the warm-ups. So he claimed that Dawn Staley didn't shake his hand when he went up to her before the game. You know how the coaches go out and they shake each other's hands, they shake the player's hand, wish him good luck, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the problem. There's cameras everywhere now.
Exactly.
You got cameras on everything. So, of course,
they're watching everything. Don't dig in your nose. Don't do nothing wrong. They can see
Don't do nothing wrong. So here he sat up there and said that Dawn Staley didn't shake his hand. Not only did she shake his hand before the game, but she shook the hand of every assistant and every player on the Connecticut team before the game.
Hey, he forgot, Steve. Come on. You're allowed to make a mistake, man.
Okay.
He apologized already. Stop kicking him.
No, because what ended up happening was after the game was over and his team got it handed to him, he went up there and as he was shaking Dawn Staley's hand, he made some comments. She didn't like the comments she had to say, so she said something back. They got into a verbal altercation, and he then just walked off the court. He didn't shake none of the other assistants' hands, and he didn't shake none of the other players' hands.
Well, to be fair, he shook them before he started.
We're not going to go down that road.
I get it.
He pulled a Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons as they walked off the court against Jordan in that Eastern Conference Final when they refused to shake Jordan's hands when Jordan finally got over the top. He pulled that stunt as the coach.
Gotta be a good sport. Gotta be a good sport, no matter what sport you play.
So he had to get the whistle. Like I said, I will congratulate him that he did come out and acknowledge the fact that he was completely wrong.
Yes.
He lost his mind. He was out about the experience. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But Can't happen again.
I totally agree with you, Steve.
You're too
Totally
great of a coach.
agree with you.
You know, you got players on the sidelines who may have only got their one chance to shake your hand after the game,
Right.
and you let them down. So, you know, I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring that up. So that's it for college.
Hey.
Now we can get to the pro game. Let's start with the NBA.
NBA action.
NBA action. This is the last couple games before the knockout round starts next week. And we get into these playing games.
Now, before you get into all that, Steve,
Yeah.
right before you get into all that, you know, like I did with March Madness, and like I'm that person. I'm that person. I want to know, what are you feeling before it even starts?
Who am I taking?
Yes, who are you taking, Steve?
Okay, if I had to go right now in the Eastern Conference, I'm taking the Boston Celtics.
Woo!
As you see, my heart is with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That would be the team that I want.
What happened to the Lakers, LeBron? You see what I'm talking about, people? You see what I'm talking about?
Okay, well, let's
He's
get
a
into the Lakers.
transformer.
We're going to get into the Lakers.
The eye.
We're going to get into the Lakers in a second. I'm starting with the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
So right now, I
your
got
pick in the Eastern Conference is Boston.
Yes. And right now in the Western Conference, I'm going back with the old Oklahoma City Thunder.
Woo!
Now the reason why I'm not taking the Lakers is because right now you got Luka Doncic and you got Austin Reeves out injured.
Right.
Now, as great as LeBron James is at 41, and he is great. And mind you, one of the reasons why I'm wearing this hat,
I'm kind of feeling the chink in the armor.
This is the 10th anniversary of Believe Land, one of the great moments in NBA history. LeBron James down 3-1 to the Golden State, the 73-9 Golden State Warriors.
Hey, and that will be truly his best one, because he's never done that before.
Never done. My goodness.
That out of all 10 times, he's been there 10 times now, right? Or is it more now?
10 times. And that was the
only time that he really put in work.
He defined greatness.
Man, because there was no way he should have beat that team.
That team was
Curry and them really blew it in that one, because that was an unbeatable team that everybody thought. They thought I didn't even think they had a chance. And LeBron finally acted like, if LeBron would have acted like that in 6 or 7 of the finals, Steve, there would be no argument in my head. But when we always go back to who's the greatest, who's this, who's that, that's LeBron's legacy right there. That was the time that he stood up. He stood up. And see, I'm not going for all the stat things. And the reason why I'm not going for the stats is because before he had the stats, when people were putting the stats because he didn't do this, he didn't do that, they had other reasons to wiggle LeBron out. Now that he has the stats, now everybody got their chest poked out. But for me, GOAT, the person that we give the pinnacle in basketball, Michael Jordan, then Kobe, is because of the killer instinct. Now, they didn't go all those times back to back to back, but when they went, the killer instinct was in them. Michael Jordan, always. Kobe had the killer instinct when his team, and like you said many times before, LeBron's teams, he had a bunch of people, bunch of nobodies. That's when he's supposed to excel. This is the game. This is the game. If you lose this one, you can't come back. That's when he's supposed to be the whole team. Because Jordan, the reason I'm putting this out is because this is a perfect table to make people understand. Jordan, when he got to the finals, he wanted the ball in his hands because his shot is a greater shot than any other. Kobe, the same thing. Killer instinct, wanting to grab that game and make it theirs. And LeBron, that championship with Golden State. Hey, that's when I was like, wait a minute, but I thought I was gonna get more of that. That was it. That was it.
I repeat
So
again. I have already given Jordan as quote unquote GOAT status.
I see your face.
Because you know we've had this conversation
Yeah,
many
and
times.
I'm not arguing about
And
it no more.
I've made it clear
Yeah,
that
all right.
based on that whole quality of what you consider the GOAT,
Yeah.
I've given that to Jordan. But in terms of career, and that's individual career, LeBron James, and let's be honest about it, Jordan is not even in the top 3 as far as career. Now, as far as GOAT status, he's number 1. But as far as overall career, it's LeBron, it's Wilt, it's Kobe, and it's Wilt.
See.
Now, as far as
Yeah, I'm not.
career,
I'm not even gonna bring up this argument. We'll do this argument because we got a lot more. I'll
okay.
bring this back, but
Now GOAT status is Jordan.
hey,
But as
there it
far
is.
as what they did individually in their career, things they could control, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3. And
yeah.
then we got to get to Duncan, Malone, then Jordan.
Hey, I let you slide on that. I let you
Okay.
slide because hey, you know what? Career.
Career.
Hey, it's something else. I know there's a guy walking around with like 10 rings.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
but that's
hey,
team.
hey, a career.
That's team.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute.
That team, that Celtics team was loaded.
No. This guy that got like 10 rings, this guy was putting in mucho work. But
Yeah.
I gave it to him.
We'll get to it.
He can
Okay, but
have
let's
it.
get
He can have it.
we diverged. Let's get back to these NBA playoff
Let's go.
standings. I'm gonna just
Let's
go over
go.
them real quick. Eastern Conference, the Pistons have already locked in the number 1 spot at
Right.
58 and 22. Then we got Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. And then we get down to Hawks, Raptors, Magic, Sixers are all battling not to be in the play-in game. So those are the top teams in the Eastern Conference.
Right.
Now in the Western Conference, the Thunder's about to lock in the top seed. You got the Spurs, Nuggets, Lakers, Rockets, Timberwolves.
Right.
And then there's Suns and Clippers and T-Wolves and Warriors are going to battle in the play-in. So that's pretty much locked up.
And you put the Thunder and the
I put the Thunder and the Celtics in the finals.
Wow.
That's my lock. The
Wow.
Spurs are a year away. I think they're still too young. Like I mentioned, the Nuggets could be the wild card because they have championship experience.
Right.
And the Lakers just have too much to overcome with the injuries. And they don't have depth. Outside of their big 3, it's just
Why are you disrespecting the Spurs though?
They're too young.
Too young?
I think Wemby's another. You got to. The NBA is one of them leagues where you got to go through. I mean, even Jordan, even Kobe, you got to go through it first before you can go all the way. It's just the way the NBA is.
Right.
Shaq had to go through it.
Right.
Jordan had to go through it. The only one who first year came off the bat and just was Magic. First year rookie MVP. I mean, he was special.
Wemby.
But Wemby, I think he needs to go through it a year. He's going to experience the playoff experience.
Right.
Give him next year. This year, he's going to lose a tight one to the Thunder. And then next year, he'll be ready.
Ooh.
That's my prediction. That's why I stand.
I'm taking. I really like the Spurs. The Spurs. I taken in the thought everything that you said, but I really like the Spurs. The Spurs.
Okay.
The Spurs.
I mean, they got defense, no question. They got defense, but I just think the experience is just going to be too much to overcome. The Thunder have been there. They know what to do. Everybody knows their role. It's a team game. Remember that.
I'm putting the Spurs and the Knicks in it.
Okay. Knicks have done their experience. So I mean, they could upset the Celtics.
Yeah.
I think the Pistons are just too young. They've never been there before. It's just the history of the NBA you got to go through that initiation. It's just the way the NBA has always been.
I hear you, but this NBA is a little different, and I'm gonna ride with the Spurs and the Knicks. The Spurs and the Knicks.
Spurs and Knicks. So you guys heard that. He has Spurs, Knicks. I have Thunder and Celtics.
Hey, I'm a Laker fan. You hear,
I'm a Laker fan too.
Once Luka went down, I
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't cash my ticket in. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Luka
hey,
cash my ticket in. Now, if
he
I
can come
thought
back
LeBron
healthy.
really had that dog in him, if
Right.
LeBron ever wanted to make me a believer, LeBron, it's time.
He can't win with that team. The rest of the team is just castaways.
Oh,
You got to have somebody who could step it up.
yeah, you got to have somebody like a Kobe Bean Bryant, somebody that
I'll give you that.
When the team is just can't get right, you become the team.
Yeah, when Shaq was Batman, Kobe was Robin. That was a great example.
He got drafted. He got drafted like that. Drafted like that.
Well, no. Shaq was the most dominant force. Anybody who played in that era knows that Shaq was the most dominant force.
Hey,
and Kobe benefited from it.
I think most dominant force ever, Shaq.
Ever. Oh yeah.
Ever.
If he would have committed himself to the NBA the way he should have, he'd have at least 8-9 rings.
Man, if Shaq would have went in with Kobe and got those workouts in like Kobe was doing, instead of doing, I'm not gonna put him out there because it's one of my favorite players, Shaquille O'Neal. Could you imagine Shaq with Kobe's work ethic? Can you imagine Shaq? Because Kobe would have damn sure got his free throws together.
Yeah.
Got his free throws together. And Shaq is number one in the most dominant in the NBA ever to me. Ever. There's nobody that could stop Shaq. I don't. And when we talk about errors, and I say, I don't like to go through errors. Shaq is, yeah.
I mean,
I don't think anybody that can body Shaq.
He had a 7-8 year window when he was the most dominant force to ever play in the game.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, his career was 17 years. And those other 10 years, he was out of shape or just wasn't the same guy. So that's kind of will go along with his legacy.
Hey, but I'm not gonna. Hey, you're a tall guy. How tall are you, Steve?
I'm 6'6".
Yes, and and Shaq is taller than both of us. You 6'6", I'm 6'4". Shaq is taller than both of us, and not even running the court like he used to. You know how it is, sitting down these little seats, getting up, those legs. It's a different lifespan. It's a different lifespan. Wemby, I'm thinking Wemby's going to be able to do a little more because of that little thinness he has.
Okay, but then again, since you bring that up, look at Kareem and look at Wilt. That's why I mentioned Kareem and Wilt as 2-3. Kareem in his year 1920 still was thin and athletic. Wilt Chamberlain in his 16-17 year still was thin and athletic.
Right.
That's a commitment to the game. Shaq, towards the end of his career, he totally let himself go. I mean, who else can you blame on that? But Shaq he'll tell you himself.
Hey, I know he will, but I also look at time and money. Wilt and those guys needed to work. And that's another thing we got to, you know what? Are we done with this? Because that brings that's a perfect segue to talk about what I really want to put out there. Yeah, shout out to Glenn White. He said LeBron don't have that killer instinct. Hey,
oh my goodness.
He did have LeBron James did have that killer instinct when he played that impossible team, the Warriors team, that nobody could beat that season. LeBron James pulled it out.
My goodness.
I can't take that away from him. That was a team I don't think anybody could have beat, and LeBron did it. That was the only time I ever seen that from him. I expected to see more, but that's not the type of player he is. But
LeBron beat two of the greatest team. LeBron's almost single-handedly beat two of the greatest teams in history, the Spurs and those Golden State Warriors. And you can't take that away from them.
I'm
Those
giving
are two
them
of the
the
greatest
Warriors.
all time. That
The
Warriors
Warriors team was
team
the best
and
team
that,
ever.
and
So
that
that
Spurs
speaks
team
for
with
itself.
Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker. Those are two of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But
let's get to the NFL. Let's get to that because I
yeah,
know
but
you.
the segue I wanted to talk about was this money, because that thing with Shaq. By the time, how many millions of dollars did Shaq get during his career?
Hundreds of million.
Exactly, and that's not even including endorsements. The money, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody's money. I want people to get their money, but with the new, how should I say, the new attitude of the new player coming out about getting the so-called bag, you know, the way players approach the game, a lot of players back in the day had such a love for the game that a little bit of money made them go a long way. Right. These players now, I don't know if you see it like I see it, but in the NFL is a perfect way to explain that 4 to 5 year deal when they have to play, when they're basically showcasing their talent before they get that big 50, if you're a quarterback, 100 million plus deal.
Right.
Is it making, because Cam Newton made over 100 million on that deal. And it after the things that happened, he basically was like done. His thrill of the game, you couldn't even see it in his face anymore.
But
he liked being around the people. He liked the hype. He liked the lights, the cameras. But that mold didn't even, to me, it didn't seem like it was there. How do you feel about that?
Well, how I feel about it is that it comes down to one word, that big old C word, character.
Right.
Some players have it, some players don't.
Right.
Can I say Cam Newton is a guy of high character? Questionable.
See, Cam Newton's my guy.
And he's your guy. But
I'm not questioning Cam Newton's character. I am. And I only used him as an example. I'm talking about draft people getting drafted. I'm talking about prospects, getting all this money. I'm talking about NIL deal. Some players don't even want to leave college now. So this thing wasn't about Cam Newton, but I was bringing him up as an example.
But since you did bring up Cam Newton, let's bring him up. Now, what happened in 2015, 2016 with the Panthers?
We were great.
Great. How great? Was it 15-2, 16-1 great?
Yeah.
What? One tough Super Bowl away from the Super Bowl, winning championship.
Exactly.
Again, now mind you, against a great Peyton Manning. Now this goes back to that character word.
I put that on Ron Rivera and the plays that he called.
Okay, we can put it on whoever we want to put it on. But the bottom line is, though, when it comes to character, Cam Newton could have gone one of two ways. Either that loss could have motivated him,
pumped him up
to drive to be better, or it could have sat here and told him, I'm good. I'll just go through the motions. Now, which way did Cam Newton go? That's character.
But Cam Newton wasn't getting treated fairly in the NFL. And, you know, I've said this for years. The referees,
no. Now we're going into the excuse game.
It's not excuses.
It's excuses.
They came out and publicly apologized to this man for not calling things right.
Okay,
that's not an excuse. That's called a fact.
Okay.
Now, if the referees would have never apologized, then it wouldn't. It would be an excuse.
So it's the referee's fault that between 2016 and when Cam Newton's career ended about 2021, 2022, in those 6 years, and the statistics and the effort speaks for itself.
I see where you're going.
He had a massive decline. Now,
I see where you're going.
now let me talk about other players. John Elway, it took him 13 seasons to win his first Super Bowl.
Right.
Tom Brady, they had him written off about 3 or 4 different times saying that he was not going to make it anymore. He ended up going back and winning 7 Super Bowls when about 2 or 3 different times we thought he was done. What about Peyton Manning?
That's a different breed, Tom Brady.
Don't
bring Tom Brady up, but John Elway was a perfect example. Now, let's take it back. John Elway money wasn't a Cam Newton type money. John Elway, the motivation was to be great, but also to make money, because that type of money wasn't the same type of money as these contracts.
Well, what about Peyton Manning? Peyton Manning had a devastating knee injury.
True.
The Colts quit on him. They let him go to get Andrew Luck.
Right.
He went to Denver. Did he rest in his laurels and say, okay, that's good enough? No. He won 2 Super Bowls.
I agree.
I mean, that's character. Character is you rise above the challenges placed in front of you to strive for greatness. Right. No matter how old you are.
Hey, if you can, I know certain players that we bring up have certain advantages over certain players. And it's funny that now you have to keep in mind Peyton Manning with a bum knee, as long as he's able to walk on the field, do you think Peyton Manning would have got a shot at another team by his name being Peyton Manning?
Of course.
Oh, now do you think Cam Newton coming off of that Super Bowl would have had the same chances?
Okay, repeat again.
Come
on. Cam Newton went to New England.
Right.
He went up against Mac Jones in training camp.
Right.
Now think about how tough it had to be for Belichick to sit here and tell Cam Newton, sorry, but we're going to go with Mac Jones over you.
But see, that's loaded. That's loaded because COVID was here. COVID protocols were here. Things were going on. That's loaded. So
it's loaded because what?
You threw the loaded dice on that one.
Because Cam Newton decided he was going to do something against what the league was telling the players to do. Now keep in mind, the Tom Brady's of the world, all the other guys, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, they lived through COVID too.
True.
Who was the one who decided I'm not going to follow NFL protocol and get myself sick?
Now, see, I've heard him tell his story, and you have to hear the story. It's more to the story than just that. Mm-hmm. And those were new protocols that players were not fully aware of. They understood it to a certain fact because a lot of players were coming under scrutiny because of that. So I'm not going to just put that all square on Cam Newton's back. There was a lot of things going on when COVID was here. And like I said, that was loaded because that was a situation because the whole world was in a funky situation.
We all were in it. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that Cam still, even after that, he still had a chance to go back to Carolina and got another chance. Now explain to me what happened in Carolina. His second turn.
Carolina's my team. And Glenn White, shout out to you. Shout out to Cali Cat Pack, the Roaring Riot, and my clique, Angel City Riot. Derek Ori, what's going on? Hey, my team was under a funky situation. Our old management was horrible. Horrible. So back then we made bad decisions, even with Cam Newton. Even with Cam Newton doing what he did before he left Carolina, we got nothing for him. Bad decisions. So my team is just now getting back into the frame of things. You got to understand, Carolina Panthers, they gave away Christian McCaffrey for 2 peanuts and a pack of M&Ms. And Christian McCaffrey has been producing for the 49ers for as long as he's been there. And at a high level. When we drafted Bryce Young, we got rid of DJ Moore and McCaffrey,
Okay.
and they expected Bryce Young to be great. I
I'm
still got players in Carolina off of the sauce, thinking that this guy was supposed to be great the first year he got there.
gonna call you the great apologist.
Hey,
You can
hey,
but I'm gonna close out on this because we spent way
hey.
too much time on this than we should have.
Oh
The
yeah,
one
yeah.
year that Cam Newton had his great MVP year, and you've talked about this before. Who reached out to him in the offseason to help him on his mechanics in his game?
I
What
think his name
quarterback reached out to him
was it
to
Kurt
help
Warner?
him?
I think it was Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
now that next season, who didn't reach back out to Kurt Warner to help him again that next season?
Hey, I hear that, and I've
Okay.
been waiting. I can't wait to have a conversation with Cam Newton myself
Yes.
because I really want to know the intricacies to that. And it's probably nothing big to him, but to a diehard fan, that's something. And that's something I'm gonna talk about on Panthers Corner. But before we get out of here,
Yes.
there's a question. The Raiders.
Go ahead.
Do you think the Raiders pick that quarterback, the number one pick now that they got Kirk Cousins as a QB, or is Kirk Cousins truly going to be a backup and mentor the new QB coming in?
Now you're asking me my opinion.
Yes.
My opinion is let Kirk Cousins get beat up. It's not going to be a good team anyway. If Mendoza is your guy, don't throw him out there to the Wolves and let him get beat up.
Because we've seen what's happened before.
We've seen what's happened before. Let him sit a year. Let Kirk Cousins go out there and do what Kirk Cousins does, be mediocre. And then next year you get another high draft pick, and then you can go out there and get a top player to go with Mendoza. So asking me, I'd have Mendoza sit. New coach. Right.
So you still think the Raiders are going to pick up Mendoza? I guess your answer
absolutely.
was yes. They're going to get Mendoza, and Kirk Cousins is going to take the
let him go out there. They're paying him starting quarterback money. Let him go out there.
Well, I looked at the contract. It looks like he's getting $20 million.
That's lower starting quarterback money. That's not backup money.
That's true.
So it's starting quarterback money. Let him go out there and get one last chance. Maybe he can surprise us.
See, I was thinking that the Raiders, since they wouldn't pick their Kirk Cousins, they would go out there and get a number one wide receiver.
No,
because they need receivers bad.
Kirk Cousins is not your answer. You bring in Kirk Cousins just as a transition.
Okay.
Mendoza's your guy. You got, like you said, you got no wide receivers.
Right.
You got a great tight end in Bowers, and we got a running back that still the jury's out on. What's the little guy's name? I'm trying to think of his name right.
He was a hot pick. I'm expecting him to do more.
Yeah, so we got a year to see if he steps it up this year.
Right.
But otherwise, and then we don't know about the Max Crosby situation on defense. So, and that division where you got to say KC, Denver, and Chargers are all going to be playoff level teams. The Raiders don't have a tough year.
Right.
6-11, 5-12. So, yeah, let Kirk Cousins start.
Yeah, that's mandatory. That's mandatory if they're smart.
But I'm gonna throw one.
Looking like they're making good decisions now.
Yeah, but let me throw one at you. The Cleveland Browns' new coach.
Right.
Who should get the starting job? Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders?
See, that's the thing. I believe that Cleveland should get from up under that money. It's already a spoken thing that the city of Cleveland wants Shedeur Sanders. So you need to find out what his strengths are, go back and look at tape, and build the team around Shedeur Sanders. Watson was a failed experiment, and that's going back to our first thing when we started about all this money. He was given over $230 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Does he need to play anymore, Steve? Does he have the fire anymore?
Well, I mean, I think the Browns owe it to give him a chance. If just like we're saying with Kirk Cousins, have him start. I'm looking at it the same way. I would have Deshaun Watson give him a 1 year. Show me. If he don't have it, then you
Nah,
push your door in. If he does
nah.
have it, he's your guy.
That's the old way of thinking. That guy is the quarterback someplace else. He's a quarterback in not quarterback. He's the coach in Atlanta now.
Right.
And what's his name again?
Our favorite guy,
Stefanski.
Stefanski,
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski.
He's over there in Atlanta.
Right.
That was the old way of doing things.
Right.
The city of Cleveland wants Shador Sanders to start. That's the clear starter here. Now I understand you're expecting the flowers to grow on the side of the hill and Deshaun Watson to come running out with his coat of armor on. Yeah, unload him on a team that needs him. There are teams out there
nobody
that
wants
need
that
him.
contract. Nobody's taking that contract.
Hey,
nobody's taking that contract.
Pittsburgh.
Nah,
Pittsburgh.
I don't even think Pittsburgh would take that contract. I think Cleveland stuck with him. You might as well. I mean, let's be honest. In that division, once again, they're not going to pass Baltimore. They're not going to pass Cincinnati, and quite frankly, they're not going to pass Pittsburgh, even with no quarterback. I'm taking Cleveland.
I got to see what they do with their wide receiver situation. They got a spark plug over there in the running back now. Yeah, they got a backfield now. They have a number one DK over there. One more wide receiver, and if you bring a hot Deshaun Watson over there, a hot one, because he's off an injury, perfect place for him to end up. A perfect place for them to climb from over there. I mean, pay him, but get something for him. Get some compensation. Hey, let's move on. Cleveland needs a clear starter. They need to know a clear direction they're going in. I don't see this hoopla of having a quarterback controversy. That's just me.
Okay. Well, let's see how it plays out. And let's not forget, we still got a draft coming up in 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
So that's going to be exciting.
Can't wait. And thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week, Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Blow the Whistle Sports. Hey, Steve, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
I was going to say, guys, enjoy your week. Watch some UFL. I caught a little bit of UFL this weekend. It's a pretty solid product. It's worth taking a look at. If you haven't watched any UFL yet, take some time this weekend and watch a little bit of it. There's really nothing else to watch unless you like golf, the Masters.
All right.
I can't watch the Masters, so I got to watch. There's no college basketball now. So catch a little UFL. That's all I got to say.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace.